Good afternoon and welcome back to another Shogun 2 Total War Battle Commentary. The new patch has been released and I'm raring to go, so I've been playing some great games. 2v2 with a good friend of mine, Fox, against, in this particular case, two people who've just recently prestiged, so it's a 5k battle. The changes are quite nice and some of the new units are exceptionally fun. I'm bringing 3 Katana Samurai, Naginata Attendants, the Light Cavalry, and the Onabushi Heroine. Quite a useful little skirmishing unit, both Naginata Cavalry and Bow unit all in one. Fox is bringing some Sword Attendants, Naginata Warrior Monks, the new club-wielding Warrior Monk Hero, and the Onabushi Heroine as well. On the other side, opposing us are some gentlemen bringing multiple 2-foot samurai, a bunch of sword attendants, and Naginata attendants, so pretty much all DLC units. Over here, we have someone with rank 9 warrior monks, some vetted up lone sword Ashigaru, as well as some Naginata warrior monk cavalry, and some Yari Ash for anti-cav cover. Now, the general plan is simply to try to capture the archery dojo, not because the archery dojo is particularly useful for the army loadout we have, but primarily because it's good denial. It also puts my army in a good position to flank. As you can see, they're trying to gain the high ground on the workshop side, and so Fox moves to intercept. My initial plan was to harry and skirmish with the Onabushi Heroine, as my opponent is currently moving up to reinforce Fox's opponent. The idea is to try to split them and make them have a small piece of their army break off and eat them chunk by chunk. We'll see how that goes. Now, not a whole lot happens on my side of the battle at the start, so we'll be paying attention to Fox's side of the battle as his opponent has moved into the trees, ideally with the intent of simply skirmishing out of them, I assume. Now, I'll just speed it up a little bit. It's not too much happens, it's just some basic bow fire. Now, Fox has decided he's not going to sit here and get shot to pieces, perfectly reasonable, so he moves his army up. Note he moved his sword attendants ever so slightly early, so that they were the ones that entered range first. Great little downwards charge with the Onabushi Heroine into the Naginata Warrior Monk Cavalry. Unfortunately, you will note that he dismounted his cavalry, which meant that the charge had minimal effect. Spears moving in, quite problematic. Now, if you look over on my side, you'll notice the Onabushi Heroine is skirmishing quite nicely with the foot archers over there, doing quite a reasonable job. Not particularly effective in terms of pure kills, but nevertheless, it's distracting black. Now, the battle's joined in earnest here. Some nice flanking action going on for Fox, and as you can see, lone swords do not like being flanked. The morale appears to have been changed since the patch, and that's drastically increased the penalty to being flanked. Now, the Black's made a bit of a silly move here. He's moving to assist his ally, but he's left his foot archers behind. They're going to get slaughtered by the light cavalry, and, well, that's really... you shouldn't do that. Leave spears behind if you're going to do that, or bring your whole army up. As you see, the charge basically annihilates them. Units in loose formation are very, very vulnerable to cavalry charges. Even light cavalry will do substantial damage. He makes an even bigger mistake right now. He brings his spears back to try to fight off my cavalry, leaving his army split into 2 pieces. This is problematic because although Fox is holding on and is doing okay, extra numbers were really what he needs right now. Instead, I'm able to split my army, knowing full well that my 2 Katana Samurai will do everything necessary, and just simply run my cavalry away. He just tires his guys out chasing them. Over here, we can see that Fox has done substantial damage to his opponent, and they're forced to commit their general. Now, their general probably not going to do so well. This fight here is where it's all happening. It's really make or break time here. We've simply surrounded the enemy, and we're just going to cut them down. There's nothing you can do when you're completely surrounded. The Onabushi Heroines get some delightful charges in, but mainly, this entire battle was won due to the fact that Black got caught maneuvering. Never split your army unless absolutely necessary. Unless you can use it to simply gain an advantage to defeat your opponent, you should never do it. Especially don't break your spears away to have them chase opposing cavalry, because the cavalry will simply outrun you. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this particular battle commentary, and I look forward to seeing you all again.